The Ugly Duckling. It was early summer on a peaceful farm nestled between green meadows and a glittering blue lake. The air was warm, full of buzzing bees and the gentle rustle of leaves. In a corner of the farmyard, beneath a thick patch of nettles, a mother duck sat patiently upon her nest. She had been there for many days, keeping her eggs safe and warm, waiting for the moment when her children would finally hatch. One by one, the eggs began to tremble and crack. Out popped small, yellow ducklings with bright eyes and cheerful chirps. They stretched their wings, stumbled about on their tiny webbed feet, and quickly began exploring the world around them. The mother duck was very proud. But there was still one egg left. It was larger than all the others, and it did not crack with the same eagerness. The mother duck grew restless, shifting back and forth, but she did not give up. She wanted all her children to hatch safely. Finally, with a loud crack, the big egg broke open. Out tumbled a chick, yet it did not look like the others. This one was gray and large, with a long neck and a clumsy body. Its feathers were not golden and fluffy but dull and uneven. The other ducklings stared. "Why does he look so strange?" one whispered. "He doesn't look like us at all," another quacked. The mother duck tilted her head. She had not expected such a sight. "Well," she said gently, "he may not be as handsome as the others, but he is still my child. Perhaps he will grow into his looks. Come along now, little ones, let's go to the water." The first swim. The ducklings waddled after their mother toward the pond. One by one, they slipped into the water, paddling with ease. Even the strange gray duckling followed, though he swam more awkwardly. Still, he floated well, and the mother duck was reassured. Yet life on the farm was not kind. The other animals quickly noticed the odd duckling. The hens clucked at him, the rooster crowed in mockery, and even the farm dog barked when he came too close. "He's ugly," the ducks said, pecking at him. "Stay away, you don't belong here," the hens scolded. Even his own brothers and sisters teased him cruelly. They would nip his feathers and shout, "You don't look like us. You're too big and clumsy." The gray duckling lowered his head. He did not understand why he was so different, but he could feel the sting of rejection. The farmyard, once full of sunshine, now felt heavy with shame. Leaving home. Days passed, and the bullying only grew worse. At last, the poor duckling could bear it no longer. He spread his wings and ran away from the farmyard, through fields and meadows, into the wide, wild world. He wandered until night fell, finding shelter among reeds by the riverbank. The moon shone on the water, and the duckling whispered to himself, "Why am I so different? Why does nobody want me?" The following morning, he encountered wild ducks swimming nearby. "Who are you?" they asked, eyeing him curiously. "I don't know," the duckling admitted. "I only know that I am too ugly to stay at home." The wild ducks laughed. "You are strange indeed. But if you don't bother us, you may stay here." For a brief time, the duckling felt relief. He swam quietly, keeping to himself. But peace never lasted. Hunters arrived with guns, firing at the wild ducks. Shots rang out, dogs barked, feathers flew. The poor duckling dove under the water, trembling with fear. When the chaos ended, the reeds were empty. He was alone again. The cottage. Exhausted and hungry, the duckling wandered until he found a small cottage. An old woman lived there with her cat and her hen. When she saw the duckling, she exclaimed, "Ah! Perhaps he will grow into a fine duck and give me eggs." She scooped him up and carried him inside. But life in the cottage was no happier. The cat boasted, "I am the master here. I purr and people pet me. Can you purr?" "No," said the duckling softly. "Then you are useless," the cat sniffed. The hen clucked, "I lay eggs every day. Can you do that?" "No," the duckling answered again. "Then you have no place here," the hen declared. The old woman grew impatient too, for the duckling laid no eggs and seemed good for nothing. The poor bird was mocked and scolded at every turn until, finally, he fled once more into the wild. The harsh seasons. The duckling wandered through forests and marshes, hiding in tall grasses, searching for scraps of food. Summer gave way to autumn, and the trees blazed with red and gold. But even in that beauty, the duckling felt no joy. Wherever he went, the other animals turned him away. A new beginning. All the children of the garden came running, throwing breadcrumbs into the pond. "Look, look," they cried. "A new swan! And he is the most beautiful of all." The young swan felt his heart swell with joy. He remembered the cruelty he had endured, the loneliness of winter, the endless rejection. And yet now, he was no longer despised but admired. The pain of his past faded like a shadow in sunlight. He stretched his wings wide, lifting them proudly above the water. His heart whispered, "It does not matter that I was born in a duck's nest. What matters is that I am a swan, and I have found where I belong." The swan glided across the pond, surrounded by his new companions, radiant beneath the bright spring sky. He was ugly no longer.